Listen, there's one thing all rich people understand, but for some reason, nobody talks about it directly. The difference between those who get rich and those who work for a salary their whole life, it's not talent, not connections, and not luck. It's just avoiding 7 mistakes. That's all. I'll tell you them in order now. And if you really listen, this could change everything. First, chasing a salary. Look, there are two people. The first takes a job with a good salary, stable, safe, parents are happy, friends are jealous. But after 5 years, he hits a ceiling. The salary doesn't grow beyond a certain amount. That's it. The second takes a job where they pay worse, but where you can learn something valuable. The first couple years are tough, not much money, everyone thinks he's a loser, but skills grow. And over time, he earns many times more than the first guy. What's the difference? The first one sells his time. The second invested. When you work only for money, you get stuck because your value doesn't grow. You just do the same thing for the same price. But when you work for skills, you become more valuable every month because you can do more. Here's an example. A guy at 18 could have gone to work as a courier for $50,000 a month, or gone as an assistant to a digital agency for $30,000. He chose the agency. After a year, he learned video editing. After 2, targeting and copywriting. After 3, he launched his own projects and was earning $300,000 a month. And the courier is still delivering food for the same 50. The difference isn't luck. It's that one was saving money, the other skills. And here's what's important. When you have in-demand skills, you almost can't go broke because you yourself are an asset. Right now, the hottest skills are everything internet-related. Video editing, copywriting, programming, design, huge demand. But really good specialists? Just a handful. Second, not taking a stake in the business. Why don't people get rich on a salary? Because a salary is an exchange of time for money. Worked an hour, got money. Not working, not getting paid. But a stake in a business, that's when you own part of a company and get a percentage of the profit even when you're sleeping. There are 3 ways to get a stake. First, start your own business. Obviously, but it's the most direct path. Second, earn a stake with skills. This is called sweat equity. You come to a startup or small company and say, I'm ready to work for a small salary or even for free, but I want 5 to 10% in the business. If you're really valuable, they'll give it to you. Third, buy a stake. But this only works if you can help the business grow with your knowledge. Just investing money and sitting back, bad idea. Main thing, be realistic. If you're just an intern with no experience, nobody will give you a stake. Example, a girl worked as an SMM manager at an agency for $60,000, found a small local clothing brand that wanted to go online, but didn't understand how. She proposed, I'll build your entire social media strategy and launch sales, not for a salary, but for a 15% stake. The owner agreed. After a year, the brand grew 3-fold. Her stake started bringing in $200,000 a month, passively. Third, buying status symbols. You see guys on Instagram in Lamborghinis in Dubai, expensive restaurants, watches, clothes, and you think, now that's success. No, most of them are bankrupt, living on credit. Car is rented, tickets to Dubai on credit cards, watch on installment. They're not rich, they're playing rich. Here's the statistics. 37% of Americans can't cover unexpected expenses of $400. Almost 40% are afraid they can't pay their bills. 60% of families can't buy a new car with cash. But on social media, everyone looks like millionaires. And real rich people, they dress simply, drive normal cars, don't spend money on things that depreciate, because they understand a simple thing. An expensive car isn't an asset, it's a liability. It loses value every day. But an apartment you rent out, asset. Stocks, asset. Stake in a business, asset. Fourth, doing everything yourself. Not a single millionaire became one alone. Nobody. Look at any successful person. Dig into their biography. There's always a team, partners, mentors. A lone wolf can't compete with a team. Never. And here's what's interesting. If you're young and understand technology, you can earn huge money helping old businesses. Many company owners over 50, they're lost in the digital world, don't understand how to set up advertising, how to launch a website, how to automate processes. But you can, and they're ready to pay for it. Find a local business, a cafe, store, studio. Propose, I'll set up everything online for you. Launch advertising, make a website. They'll agree because they don't know how to do it, and you'll earn. Fifth, listening to everyone. Have you ever felt like you're being pulled in a million directions? One says, go into IT. Another, start your own business. A third, get a job at a corporation. Everyone gives advice, and you don't know who to listen to. This is called cognitive overload. The brain just can't handle the amount of information. What to do? Define the endpoint. Where do you want to be in 5 years? You don't have to know exactly, but at least approximately. And then only listen to those who are already where you want to be. Want to earn from investments? Listen to investors, not bloggers, not friends, investors. Want to create a business? Listen to entrepreneurs who actually earn, not those who sell courses how to make a million. Cut out the noise. Quality over quantity. And this is also important. Don't try to learn everything at once. It's impossible. Sixth, thinking you already know everything. Overconfident people don't get rich because they stop learning. They think, I'm already smart, I don't need advice, and they get stuck. But rich people understand a simple thing. The more you know, the more you realize how little you know. It's like an iceberg. What you see is the tip. And underwater, a huge mass of knowledge you don't even suspect exists. Arrogance kills growth because you close yourself off from new information. Be open, listen to those who are smarter, ask questions. Seventh, staying in your comfort zone. This is the most dangerous trap. The comfort zone is a place where you feel safe, but it's an illusion because while you're sitting there, you're not growing. According to statistics, more than half of people don't leave their comfort zone, and almost half of them are afraid they'll regret it one day. You know how to expand your comfort zone? Gradually, step by step. First, you're in school. That's comfortable. Then you take your first job. That's scary, but you do it. New comfort zone. Then you start a side hustle. Scary, you do it. Expand the circle again. Then you launch your own project. Take out a loan. Risk, but you do it. Every time you go beyond the boundary, you grow. And you know what's the coolest thing? The comfort zone is infinite. You can expand it as long as you want. 7 mistakes. That's the whole difference between those who get rich and those who don't. Don't chase salary, chase skills. Don't work for money, work for equity. Don't buy status symbols, accumulate assets. Don't do everything alone, find a team. Don't listen to everyone, listen to experts. Don't think you know everything, keep learning. And don't stay still. Get out of your comfort zone. That's all. Simple? Yes. Easy? No. But it works. Proven.